Hey there, this is Amy Geopfert, the K-3 director here at ROCKPOINT Church. My family just moved yesterday, and it was a local move, which in some ways is easier, in some ways is harder. When it's within town, you tend to do a lot of short trips yourself. You load up what you can fit in your own vehicle, and you just kind of dart back and forth between houses. And while we hired a moving crew to come get all the big stuff out for us, there was a lot of things left behind. Now that we're down to the very last day to fully get out of our previous home, we're going back and really searching the corners and the cracks and the closets, finding things that have been stuffed back and lost and forgotten, truly things we don't even need because we didn't even know that it was there. And as we're packing and preparing to move, the big stuff is obvious, right? You've got your couch, your dining room table, your TVs, the things that are big and in your face and you see all the time. But all of those things that are tucked away and hidden and forgotten, they're just taking up space and we're not even using them. So as I was packing and loading, this verse came to mind. I want to share with you Psalm 139, verses 23 and 24. David writes, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Point out anything in me that offends you, and lead me along the path of everlasting life." And just even that first sentence, "Search me, O God, and know my heart," that just kept coming to mind as I was packing and pulling all this stuff out. Like my husband and I just kept saying to ourselves, why do we have all this stuff? And a lot of times when we have a really great convicting sermon and we are relinquishing control of something or confessing a sin and repenting, the really big stuff that comes to mind, the obvious things in our life, those sins. But there are things in our life that aren't as obvious, things that we've shoved away, that we've tucked away, that we've held on to for no real beneficial reason whatsoever. And I think this prayer of "Search me, O God, and know my heart, and test me and get rid of any junk that I don't even see or know, bring it to mind, and then help me cleanse my life of it," I think that is such a powerful prayer. Because while we can confess and rid ourselves of the big obstacles, maybe addictions or things that trip us up on a regular basis, there are plenty of things that we carry with us from house to house or from season to season that aren't bearing fruit. They're not doing us any good. And we may have even forgotten them or realized that they were baggage that the Lord wants to take from us. So now that I'm in the new house and we're unpacking, I've just got boxes everywhere, and all of a sudden my son wants his favorite pair of orange socks. Or I packed the coffee maker, but what box did I put the coffee in? Why are those not even together? Again, I'm searching, and I'm searching for what I need. But as I unpack the other stuff, the stuff that stayed boxed up in the garage the whole previous year that I can obviously live without, I'm going to be asking ourselves, our family, do we need this? Can we live without this? And I want to encourage you this week to ask the Lord to search your heart the same way. What's in your life right now, in those closets and junk drawers, that you don't need, that you've held on to for a sentimental reason, or I might use this again someday, but that God really wants to just purge and get rid of so that you can live a more clutter-free and peaceful life. So I encourage you guys to look at this scripture today. Again, it was Psalm 139, 23 and 24. And just ask God to point out anything that offends him and ask him to lead you along the path of everlasting life. Have a great day, guys.